If my wife had been missing for 9 months and somebody told me what I thought was a reliable report of her walking in there, I'd be camped out over there till they freeze framed that woman walking in or out of that door. Listen, I talked to FBI profilers in the last 12 hours about, is it just me or is this really odd? And you know what they said? They said adults have the right to go missing if they want to. They do. They have the right to go missing if they want to. But in this day and age, for an adult to go totally off the electronic grid and not be seen or heard from in 9 months is very, very odd. And for you guys to say, nope, doesn't strike me odd at all. But yet, when we were interviewing you, the last thing that you said in your tape piece was,
when I told my dad that Carrie wasn't in the house or anywhere to be found, he looked really surprised and really shocked. We were totally dumbfounded. He cried. I was sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, you know, she's missing and somebody's going to be blaming us. It seems that way, and I still feel that way because my dad is getting blamed for this.
Why would that be your first thought the split second you know she's gone? Because, but yet now, you don't even think it's odd that she hadn't been seen or heard from in 9 months?
I know this is not normally her behavior. You know, it would not normally be anything she would do. But for her to, and me to witness, you know, hearing her, the door shut, and her, it seemed to be her walking out of the house because everybody else was in the house. Everybody else was accounted for. I was in my room, and me hearing, you know, footsteps going down the hallway. And I thought, well, you know, I thought it was Brad, but I realized Brad was in his room later on. But when my dad asked me to go get the charger and her not be there, I had to put two and two together and realize that she had walked out of the house. Plus, I saw the door was open.
Okay, hold on.
Well, Dr. Bill, I'm so sorry.
Now answer my question. Why, at that moment, did you realize she's gone? Was your first thought, we are going to be blamed?
I felt like, you know, if anybody had thought, oh, well, she's missing, so, you know, we'll probably be blamed for it because, you know, I mean, I would have felt probably nobody would have believed me that she just walked away.
How did you know she hadn't just gone out to the car to get cigarettes?
I actually did look outside. How
did you know she hadn't just gone to the store? How did you know she hadn't gone outside to just stand there? How did you know she was missing?
Well, I mean,
she had been, in your mind, she had been gone 20 seconds. And you used the word missing, and we're going to be blamed.
Didn't you say that Ashlyn saw her leaving?
She said she had claimed to see her leaving. She said she heard her leave.
She saw her walking out. She was looking out the window and saw her leaving, so, according to what,
and how old
what
is
Ashlyn said. Pardon?
Ashlyn is Lauren's daughter.
Yeah.
Ashlyn is 7. And
so that's
when
why
she went missing from the house, I told my dad immediately, and then I went outside to look for her.
I just wondered if you would answer my question.
What was the question?
The question is why your mind went the minute you see her gone. That A, she's missing, and B, we're going to be blamed.
Well, she was missing from the house. I didn't know where she went. At first I thought that maybe she had gone, sat in the truck or, something. I checked the truck. There was nobody in the truck. So I thought that maybe she had gone on foot. I got down as far as I could go toward the neighborhood, as far as I could go for, maybe about 5-10 minutes or so. And then when I couldn't find her, I figured, okay, well, she's missing from the house. She's not in the house. I don't know where she is and when she'll be back, and I don't know what happened to her or where she went.
Okay. Next, Ed says he expects his wife to walk through the door sometime soon. Boy, I hope that's right. Shelby says he's just not living in the real world. We're going to find out what he's been telling Shelby that has her completely frustrated when we come back. Shelby says ever since they were contacted by the Dr. Phil show, Ed has suddenly become interested in the search for her mother. She says he's been telling her about sightings of her mother all over town. Sadly, when Shelby goes to investigate, the lead turns into a dead end.
This is
my mom's residence from where she went missing. My mom left without her car, her vehicle, which is still sitting in the driveway. No phone identification. Nothing was taken other than the clothes on her back. In the middle of December, I've searched in the back. There's nothing but woods. All this brush goes miles out. Miles out. And I searched out there. Got that luck. Ed sent me to addresses that didn't even exist. Like this gas station, for instance, that there was park benches next to it or across the street that my mom was sleeping on. And as you can see, there's no park benches. Not on either side of the gas station, not across the street from the gas station. It feels like I'm just on a wild goose chase. I've checked every hospital. I've checked every homeless shelter. I've checked every food bank. I've been in some pretty poor neighborhoods, drug areas. The reason why we're down there searching is because Ed is saying that she's been on drugs, and I don't believe it. Ed said that my mom was spotted here buying beer. I came to the location, came in, asked store managers. They had never seen my mom before. Talked to other clerks. They said that they hadn't seen my mom. You have so much hope, and I'm not going to lose hope. I want to know what happened to my mom. But at the same time, you can't help but doubt it.
Okay, so this whole thing is just really sad and strange. So Dr. Phil was kind of grilling Ed's daughter Lauren there a little bit there, saying that her comments were strange. And maybe her comments were strange. I think they were as suspicious as he seemed to think they were. If they already had some kind of issues with this woman, or she already had some sort of strange behavior, or she's already abusing alcohol, it might not be that strange if she's not there to say, or we're going to get blamed for the, you know, if there are already issues or if there's already drama or something. But then again, it could be suspicious. I don't really know. It is strange that, you know, it was said that because they were booked on the Dr. Phil show, that suddenly Ed was talking about sightings all over town, but then those sightings led to nowhere. I'm curious to hear if any of the people who allegedly cited her, like if they were interviewed, if they said, yes, I do think I saw a woman like that, or if they say, I don't know what you're talking about, because that would definitely be very suspicious. But yeah, the whole thing is weird, and I still agree with Dr. Phil. It's awfully strange for a woman to go completely off the grid in this day and age.
Okay, to illustrate the lengths that Shelby says that she has gone to chase leads that Ed gave her, we constructed this map of Memphis. Now, first sighting is at a convenience store at Pauline and Poplar, but no store was found, so dead end. Then Shelby goes to Morris Park on Poplar and Manassas, another dead end, correct?
Yes, sir, dead end.
Then Carrie is sighted on Jefferson. She searches entire street.
I never said anything about Jefferson.
Another dead end. Next, she's spotted at a convenience store around Memphis VA Medical Center. So you go there, right?
Right. Dead.
Another dead end, correct?
Correct.
Nothing there. Then Shelby heads to Morris Park on Poplar. Dead end. Nothing there. Then Carrie is spotted at Union and Exchange. So she heads over there.
No Union and Exchange.
And
Never.
dead end. Nothing there. Finally, she's seen at a drugstore on Union and McLean. Talks to the cashier. And you say, this is a dead end.
Correct.
You feel like you're getting run around.
Yes, sir.
And not finding anything anywhere in all of these places. Now, how did you get these tips?
First of all, half of those never happened, and I told her about Poplar and Manassas, and I told her about the Union and McLean. Mm-hmm. Now, the Union McLean, close to there's a drugstore that I went in and talked to the clerk who had sold Carrie the beer, and of course, for any alcohol transaction, you have to show ID. So she saw Carrie's ID, and
did you report that, Ed?
yes, I did. I called missing persons immediately, and they told me that they were going to go there and put up flyers and talk to people.
Well, and what business were you in, by the way? What's your business?
I was in video surveillance.
And this cashier at the drugstore, which was, you talk about a great lead, right? Great news. And listen, I'm not prejudging this. I want to find this woman. Okay, everybody needs to understand, I just want to find this woman. And here's what she had to say. I do remember seeing the woman in the ID missing persons flyer. Okay, so we're talking about somebody that's just been identified from a flyer. But then she says, I can't recall what day she came in. I see hundreds of people every day, so it's impossible to know exactly what day it was. I can't recall if I checked her ID because I can't even remember for sure what I sold her. So you know, you say she came in, she knows it was her because she checked her ID, but then when we talk to her, she says, well, I remember from a flyer, but I don't know the day. I saw hundreds of people. I don't even remember the day. I don't know if I checked her ID because I don't remember what I sold her. Other than that, I got it nailed. Then she says she looked like a normal person. None of the other sightings have said this, but she looked like a normal person. She was not disheveled or on drugs, just a regular, perfectly normal woman. I can confirm I've spoken with Ed and Shelby regarding my sighting of Carrie last week. They call me every day looking for new information, but I don't have any. So if she's gone into the drug culture, living on the streets, drinking, drugging, whatever, but she shows up looking like June Cleaver, that doesn't comport.
But there's a contradiction here. First of all, you're trying to show that she wasn't cited, and then you're trying to show that she was. Now you're saying she was cited.
No, I'm not trying to do anything.
Right.
What I'm doing, I'm not trying to do anything. What I'm doing is showing what the woman said.
Okay.
I'm not trying
But
to build a case for anything.
Okay.
What I do want to know is, I'm not saying the name of the drugstore, but this is a national chain, and they have surveillance. They have video cameras. So there's film. If she walked in that store, then it's on camera. High def.
Let's get it.
Camera that can be looked at. If my wife had been missing for 9 months and somebody told me what I thought was a reliable report of her walking in there, I'd be camped out over there till they freeze framed that woman walking in or out of that door. It'd be over. It'd be over. That's her.
To do that. Ed needs to push it, and missing person needs to do that. He immediately reported it to missing persons, hoping that he would get the help that he
Listen,
needs.
these are
to find
human
her.
beings that run this. I know the chain. I know the chain. These are not corporate ghosts. These people are real people. You go in and say, my wife's missing. Pull that tape up. Let me see it. I guarantee you, show you that tape in 10 minutes. I guarantee they show me that tape in 10 minutes.
It just didn't occur to me.
It didn't occur to you to say that this woman says she saw my wife. She's been missing for 9 months while I was bedridden in paralysis, and she's missing. I can't find her. Please show me that tape. See if it's her.
It did not occur to me. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Didn't
But
occur to anybody.
I did. I asked.
did you see it?
I went to see, and she said, I see hundreds of people a day. I couldn't even tell you what day and she wouldn't do it.
She wouldn't let you see the surveillance?
She wouldn't even ask to.
Who, the clerk? Yeah, that's not the person to ask.
Yeah, I should have asked the manager, but.
Why did you want to take her off stage at the break?
It's that I didn't want to take her off, but
No, that's
but
what you said. Can we take her off stage and put her up there?
I just wanted. I didn't. It's not that I wanted to take her off stage, but I wanted to get my sister up. There was no intention to take Lauren off stage. When I said that, I just thought.
Oh, well, I was confused because you said, can we take Lauren off stage?
Well, Dr. Phil, I am in a professional business, and I know that Ed was counting on me to speak very clearly to you, and was hoping that I was going to be by his side.
Thank you for that. Sure, and thank you for that. You've been very clear. We all want to find her, right? What y'all are describing to me is a woman that was seemingly mentally and emotionally overwhelmed
She was overwhelmed.
by a
Why
situation.
didn't anyone contact anyone?
Anybody what?
Why did y'all never contact the family, like me or my brothers? If y'all think that she was that bad off, you should have contacted a hospital, somebody in the medical field, family, friends. You should
Well,
have
your
reached
brother
out.
Bradley lived in the house and
Bradley?
saw her every day.
Bradley has issues as well. we all know that.
And you had another brother there on Thanksgiving.
And
But-
he would be another witness as to my condition because
Yeah, they said that you were sitting at the table.
It was not.
what?
He said you were sitting at the table on Thanksgiving.
I told you the procedure that it took for me to get out of bed. I've never sat at the kitchen table.
Next, could Ed have physically harmed his wife, Carrie, if in fact he was in whatever level of incapacity he was in? We're going to find out why Shelby and some of Ed's critics say he was faking being sick and chose to go on vacations instead of searching for his missing wife when we come back. I think the thing that bothers her is his behavior after she went missing, as well as before. We'll be right back.
Okay, so things are beginning to sound a bit more suspicious right now. It's the fact that Ed, his previous profession was surveillance, and yet he did not think to request the tapes, the surveillance footage of her being spotted in this location. How could it not cross his mind, is my question. In 9 months, not one time over the course of 9 months did it cross his mind when this was literally his job. I obviously make reaction videos that I post on Facebook. If my husband goes missing and it has something to do with Facebook, I'm gonna start bringing up things I know about being a content creator. I mean, like, it's very strange to me that if he is really concerned about finding his wife, why not ask for the tapes? I can understand why Shelby maybe didn't think to speak to the manager, but at least she asked somebody. She asked the cashier, and then she got discouraged by the cashier's response, and she didn't push it further. But Ed, doing this as a job for a living for however many years or decades, he would know to not only ask the cashier, he would speak to the manager, he would start talking about things that he knows about video surveillance. It's just not making any sense to me, and now I am suddenly officially suspicious.
In the 8.5 months that Carrie Zapletel has been missing, her husband Ed says he's been the target of accusations and finger pointing from Carrie's family and friends. One of his largest critics is Courtney, who says Carrie called her 90% of the time after she had major blowouts with Ed.
Carrie and I were really close. She was like my second mom. Carrie called me her ventilator because she could always vent to me about whatever was going on in her life. And she called me and vented quite often. She and I were constantly fighting about his daughter, Lauren. Carrie was always having to bathe Lauren's kids, feed them, do their laundry, cook for them, make their plates, basically everything a mother's supposed to do. Carrie was very tired and very fed up with the entire situation. What was even worse than the matter is that Ed never took Carrie's side. He always stood up for Lauren. The night after Carrie disappeared, Ed called me and asked if I had seen Carrie, but I hadn't. What was unusual about this is that Carrie hadn't called me first, and she had always called me. Ever since Carrie's been missing, Ed hasn't shown any real concern because he hadn't posted on his Facebook, hadn't been in contact with any of the news stations, hadn't been looking for her as thoroughly as he says he has. Not too long ago, my husband and Ed were texting each other about the night Carrie went missing, and Ed had mentioned that he was so mad at her he could her but didn't have the strength. What was shocking about this is that Ed had told the police in the reports that they weren't fighting the night before she went missing. At this point, I do not trust Ed at all. I think he knows more than what he's telling everybody.
Courtney, thank you for joining us. There's a couple things I want to point out. And by the way, the text you're talking about from Ed to your husband was a few months after she was missing.
Yes.
And it reads, for whatever it's worth, the most likely place she would have gone is with a guy named Blank, who she worked with. He lives with his brother. I've been wanting to go over there since she disappeared. He's an alcoholic. She pissed me off so bad I wanted to choke her, but I didn't have the strength. You guys saved that because you thought it was worth saving.
My husband saved everything.
Yeah.
She pissed me off by hitting me. That's when I got pissed.
But you said y'all weren't arguing.
No, that night, that was the night that Ed called me, and that was Thanksgiving evening.
Yeah, you have to understand that mentally I'm just I can't remember a lot of details.
Did you choke her?
No, I wanted to, but you know I didn't have the. I mean, I wanted to defend myself, but I didn't have the strength.
So Ed called me
Defend yourself from what?
Carrie hitting me in the head.
When you say you wanted to choke her, do you mean you wanted to kill her?
No, I just wanted to stop her from hurting me.
You wanted to choke her to make her unconscious? You wanted
No.
to choke her?
No.
What,
I was just trying to get her attention.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You just wanted to choke her to stop her from attacking you.
Exactly. It was self-defense.
She's attacked you before you were paralyzed.
Yes.
Did you choke her then?
No.
You've never
I never hurt her.
You've never hit
Why?
her?
No.
I've witnessed you hit my mom before.
You witnessed
I
it?
have. I've witnessed you put.
You've never been around.
Really?
You've never been around. The last, like, I don't know how long. You know, I do know Carrie said that
There was a time
You were
whenever
never
I
on
was
good terms with
15
her.
and I did stay with
I
mom.
tried to get her to visit you at times, and she didn't want to.
Okay.
if I may interject, Carrie has said, I think she had said on numerous times, that I was actually closer to her than you were.
Honey, there's a whole journal about you.
Promise.
So I doubt that.
I don't give a about some journal. And number two, I'm trying to find this woman.
Yes, sir.
I thought we were here trying to find this woman, but if you want to talk about who said what to who and...
I'm just so upset because of the lies and the accusations on their behalf as well.
There are no
So are we
lies.
here
Since you
about
were in
lying
the house.
behavior, or are we here trying to find your mother?
You're right. Well, I'm trying to find my mom. Yes, sir. I do apologize.
Well, it's just however you want to spend your time. It's
I have never lied to you, Shelby. And I certainly wouldn't lie to you about anything with your mother. I've tried to be as forthcoming as I can. Every lead I've gotten, I've passed on to you. And, you know, it's not nearly as confusing as you think it is as far as where she'd been cited and all that. The way I describe it, it sounds like different places, but they're all connected. And so it's not like I ever tried to misconceive you about where she'd been seen. I have no quarrel with you. I mean, other than this little misunderstanding, and I know it's just a misunderstanding.
To me, it feels like it's a big misunderstanding.
Have you been violent with your wife on a frequent basis?
No, I would defend myself. She would get drunk and very violent, and I would just have to defend myself. But I've never just.
And how often has that occurred?
Basically, whenever she get drunk, which would be about every 6 weeks to 3 months. You know, she didn't drink all that often, but when she did, she'd get totally trashed.
So several times a year, you would wind up being attacked.
Yes.
Okay, and then at time it would become physical.
Yes.
Because, you know, I think people could understand if she attacked you and in defending yourself, something happened accidentally, you know, people could understand that. And I'm just trying to ascertain if something like that has happened here. You need to tell me and let me help you with that.
There is one instance where I grabbed her so she'd stop hitting me, and she hurt her collarbone.
When was that, Ed?
Oh, it's been several years, years ago. And
Well, thank you for telling me that, so I know.
Okay.
But this has happened on a regular basis.
yeah, and I never once provoked it. Everything I did was defensive.
Right.
And
Did you have to defend yourself right before she went missing?
well, I was struck, and but I was incapable of actually blocking anything.
But she did strike you right before she left?
Yes, she struck me in the head.
Yes, and that was when Ed called me afterwards, and he did. I asked him if we should call 911, and he said no, that Shelby's brothers were there, and that they had calmed her down, and he was okay.
I just want to say really quick, I think it's kind of weird that Dr. Phil called Shelby out in that moment for getting off topic or, you know, arguing about side issues or whatever, instead of calling out Lauren, because I feel like Lauren is the one he should have called out. She made that comment, you know, your mom said that she was closer to me than she was to you. That was purely said to hurt Shelby while her mom is missing and perhaps dead. And I thought that was just very mean-spirited and uncalled for and unnecessary. And I kind of feel like that's what Dr. Phil should have called out, not Shelby responding to that. All Shelby said was, I got journals about you. And then Shelby was made to apologize, and Lauren and Ed did not apologize. And especially Lauren, she is the one who should have been apologetic in that moment. Just my personal opinion.
She did strike you right before she left?
Yes.
Would that be on the 1st or the 2nd? She left on the 2nd.
I don't remember what day it was. It may have been before that.
Yeah.
When you called me, it was Thanksgiving evening.
Okay, so it was before that. My whole memory of that period is really cloudy, just because, you know, I was still recovering from the stroke.
Well, since it's cloudy, is it possible that she actually attacked you the night that she left?
No, that did not happen.
Well, you said your memory was cloudy.
Well, it wasn't that cloudy. I can't remember what particular days. You know, it all kind of streams together for me because, you know, my mind is different than it used to be.
So there was no altercation the night that she left?
No, absolutely not.
You're clear on that?
Absolutely.
You're not clear on the other things, but you're clear on that. Because that one sticks out because that's the night she left.
We didn't even we were totally separated mostly separated that whole day because she was staying on the couch. And no, I hardly spoke to her on that day.
Do you believe she's alive?
Yes, I do, 100%. All my heart believes that she's just been seen too many times. There's been no body found. I had actually asked missing persons to reclassify as a homicide.
So you believe she's alive?
Yes.
But
You think she's out there somewhere?
Yes, I know she is.
And do you feel like you are making every effort to find her? Do you want to find her, or you think
Yes.
if she wants to be gone, let her be gone?
I absolutely want to find her. What happens after that, I'm not too sure. I mean, that's really up to her. But I want to know that she's okay.
Yeah. And
It's the most important thing in my life.
Shelby objects to the fact that you've gone on a 3-week vacation and done other things when you could have been hiring a private investigator to find her.
I've had no money for a private investigator, and it's been very therapeutic for me to spend time with my family.
Dr. Phil, I asked my brother to support me in a nonprofit event that I was engaged in Florida, where I live. And I flew him down there for 10 days so he could also be with my other brother. The three of us spent some time together, maybe about 10 days. Ed definitely needed to get out of the house. He still lives in the house that he and Carrie were together in, and he is very depressed. That was in May, and then we had a family reunion. There are 5 children. We all got 5 siblings. We all got together in Ohio, and I again paid for that trip, where then he stayed with my sister. So there was really no cost to Ed.
Do you think the most therapeutic thing would be to find his wife?
That would be amazing.
That'd be pretty therapeutic, wouldn't it? Do you really believe she's alive?
Absolutely.
Because, you know, when I ask you that, you say yes, but you shake your head no.
Well, that's not...
Your mouth says yes, and your body says no.
Yes, I believe she's alive. I'm shaking my head yes.
After I told you it is. We'll be right back. You've been seeing phone numbers, and you've been seeing pictures of this missing woman throughout today's show on the bottom third of the screen, and we've shown the picture many, many times. And listen, if you have any information about this woman in any way, then you need to pick up the phone and you need to call the phone numbers that we've provided you. Call the sheriff's office in your area and give that information. We want to find this woman, and it's, you know, we clearly want to know the answer, and you want to know the answer, good or bad, right?
Right, yes, sir.
Whether she's alive or whether she's not. And, you know, Carrie, if you're out there and you're watching this, pick up the phone and call me. And you're going to give me a piece of information that only she would know, so we can screen that call and know that it's her. So please, if you have that information, then give it to us. And if you believe that this sighting at this drugstore, which is a national chain that I guarantee you has high-definition cameras, we need to get that. We need to get it before dark today. We need to get that information and find it. They can get this down to a short period of time, and when this clerk was on, and we can find out, you know, whether that was her or whether it's not. So this can be cleared up very, very quickly. So we will do that. You want to find her.
There's nothing I want more in the world.
Shaking your head no again. I just hope you want to find her. I really do. Even if you don't want to be married to her, don't be married to her, but we want to find her, right?
Ed wants to find her.
Yeah.
I've looked for her at least 100 times.
Yeah.
Since she went missing.
It's been 3 weeks since we taped this show, and unfortunately my mother's still missing. We haven't received any credible updates. However, Ed did advise that there was another sighting at the same store, that she was seen outside of the store begging for change. I do believe it's another dead end.
I'm standing at the drugstore, which has become ground zero for Carrie sightings. She's been positively identified from surveillance video, which has been seen by the managers and missing persons. I'm confident that I will be reunited with my loving wife soon.
Okay, so this is part 2 in a 2-part episode. In part 1, we learned that Shelby is looking for her mom, Carrie. Carrie's been missing for 9 months of when this episode was taped. Shelby suspects her stepfather, Ed, of unaliving her, and she also maybe suspects his daughter Lauren of unaliving her, or she suspects both of them of both doing that. They both say that she had mental health issues, she was having a nervous breakdown, she was an alcoholic, that she just walked out the door one night and never came back, and it was snowing, it was freezing cold, dead of winter, so maybe something happened to her there. But then also now there are alleged sightings of her. So I still feel suspicious that Ed, who used to be in video surveillance as his profession, his career, claims he never thought to ask the clerk at that drugstore, can I see the surveillance footage? When they said, we've spotted her, I think I spotted her, why not ask? Why not think to ask? He said he never thought of it. Now maybe that's because he had a stroke, but he didn't say that on the show. I would think if that's the excuse he was using, he would come out and say that. I just had a stroke. I couldn't think. I mean, it's been 9 months, and in that 9-month period, he still never thought to ask. Now, at the end of the episode, we saw after the taping, there was another sighting of her at a Walgreens, and he did seem to be interested in that footage, which turned out to not be a positive ID. So this is just sad. It's unfortunate. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if I truly suspect him and Lauren of unaliving her. I don't know if he would have had the physical strength to do that at the time. I don't think they joined together to do it together. And then like, where would they put her body? I don't know. But I do feel like even if she did just walk out the door, I don't know how desperate he really is to find her. It seems like the person who's the most desperate to find her is her daughter, Shelby. And hearing that Shelby has brothers, I would have liked to see them appear on the show as well and give their perspective. And I would like to know if they're desperate to find her. But Shelby at least was the only person on that stage that I really felt like was desperate to find her. That and Carrie's friend, who was also suspicious of Ed. But what did you guys think of this episode? Do you think Ed's behavior is suspicious, or do you think it's not very important? Do you think it's irrelevant, his behavior? What do you think about Lauren? What do you think about that comment Lauren made to Shelby to try to be mean-spirited and saying, well, she told me that she was closer to me than she was to you? Why would she say something like that? It's real petty and I didn't like it. I don't like her for that comment, but it just seems like people have their own agendas. I mean, Ed's sister said Ed was very deeply depressed. I did not feel depression through the screen. When Ed was there, he seemed pretty chill, but hey, I guess you can't really tell by a person's demeanor. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, because I do not know. Let me know what you think about this one. If you have any suspicions, I think I'm also trying to see if I can find any information about this, because now I really want to know, where is Carrie? But you guys tell me what you thought about this episode. Drop it in the comments.